Right now, they're really trying to play in our face. I'm gonna tell you right now about this right here. Why does Donald Trump want to give Afrikaners refugee status? Is Elon Musk behind it? On Friday, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order halting all funding to South Africa, fulfilling his campaign promise to punish the nation for what he saw as huge human rights violations against white minority people. White Afrikaners who are descended from Dutch and other European colonists were blatantly discriminated against by a land expropriation law that South Africa just approved, according to the Trump administration. South African government was allegedly permitting violent attacks against Afrikaner farming communities, according to the Trump administration. Additionally, it accused South Africa of backing bad actors around the world, such as Russia, Iran, and militant Palestinian group Hamas. Since the end of apartheid system of white minority rule in 1994, the distribution of land in South Africa has been complex and emotional topic with racial overtones for more than 30 years. It gained global limelight when Trump and Elon Musk, his South African-born advisor, accused the South African government of anti-white measures, often using false claims. The South African government can take land from private individuals under the new Expropriation Act, but only if it serves the public interest and meets specific requirements. Trump referred to it last Sunday when he first announced his intention to stop funding to South Africa. The government of South Africa, he alleged, was engaging in terrible things and seized land from certain classes. This dude right here, bro, it's gotten to a point to where he's basically wants these people to come over here and get refugee status in our country, but he doesn't want people who are really fleeing, who really need asylum, like Venezuelans who we've helped destroy their government with all of our sanctions, and they're basically live under threat on a consistent basis. One of the most violent countries in the world because of partially what their government did and a lot of what we did as well. He doesn't want them to come here. You have all kinds of other people who are fleeing. The Haitians who are really fleeing, basically who's been overthrown. We know that it wasn't it a Colombian and an American, wasn't it like some it wasn't militant groups who went over there and killed their president a few years back?
And that's not South Africa.
No, in Haiti.
Haiti, yeah, no. Actually, it was the guy said he worked for the United States. He was like, I was sent here by the U.S. government to assassinate the president of Haiti.
I mean,
to your original story, check it out. I don't want none of these African booty scratchers immigrants coming into my country from
African booty scratcher.
I said exactly. I've been waiting to get that one out. No, I don't want none of these South African pasty booty scratchers coming into my country, taking away my resources.
They are called Afrikaners. That's what they call them.
Afrikaners. I don't want these Afrikaners booty scratchers coming in here, taking away from my country. I ain't got enough suntan lotion for all of them. I don't want none of that. Look, it's crazy. Hey, all the migrants got to leave, but these new ones can come. All the migrants got to leave, except for that we can pay less than Americans.
No, and he also said that you could pay all of them less than Americans. You honestly could, because his biggest thing is this: he doesn't want. He said the poisoning the blood of America, but for some reason these people won't be poisoning the blood of America because they're white.
Oh, bro,
let's pay attention to who he's talking about.
I ain't seen a single one of them immigrant planes flying to Europe.
None. At
Not
all.
a single one. Where are all these Ukrainian people? Why didn't he toss them out yet?
He's not looking to toss them out. He's looking.
I got a homie. I'm not even gonna put him on blast, bro. I got a homie. I know he's not from America. He ain't even stressing. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He ain't getting rid of me.
They're not asking him no questions about.
They ain't gonna say nothing to me. They ain't gonna question.
I mean, we know who they're looking for. We know what they're trying to do. They're trying to. This is a cleansing that they would call it of America and keeping America more or making America more white. This is what they want to do. This is how they feel like this country should be. They're afraid of what's coming forward. You cannot stop the inevitable. If you try and do that, all you're going to do is hurt America going forward, honestly, because you have to look at our population.
But I mean, you say that all the time, right? But that's the plan. That's the plan. If I can't have it, nobody can. They're like, we created this glorious country.
They sold themselves out already to China
already. It's
Russia.
over.
They've been sold out. We've been sold out.
But I mean, we made this glorious country. We just can't give it up to the gays and the niggas. Like,
they didn't make this. They know they didn't make this. This is not by themselves.
They gonna destroy it.
It was all of us.
They'll destroy it. Yeah,
absolutely. They'll destroy it. They'll
destroy it. I've been saying that for a minute. They'll destroy this whole planet before they give it back to anybody else.
You got apartheid Elon, who comes from an apartheid nation. Do we believe that to the time he turned 18, living in an apartheid country where the sheer minority, I think there's like 5% or something like that Afrikaners, which are white South Africans that live there that control like probably 60-70% of the wealth there. Do you think that he didn't get that? I've watched videos where these Afrikaners will be a couple black Africans, South Africans, they'll go to a pool and they'll be like controlled by white South Africans. They beat them up, try to drown them in the pool, everything, try to beat up the black kids. And I mean, and they won't even let them eat at their restaurants. It's crazy, man. Like they're being treated like minorities in their own country. And
think about that.
Had the most.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And here in America, that's kind of it's kind of, I think it was part of Project 2025. And someone had said this too. I watched I read an article on it and watched the video. But they're trying to say, they know the white population is dwindling. So what they're trying to do now is put white people in these positions of power. So even if they're only 5%, 10% of the population here, they'll still control everything.
Supreme Court. Look at the Supreme Court right now. Our Supreme Court is a prime example of that right there. They went out and got really young, conservative white people to put in those roles.
Yeah, but we can overthrow them.
And you can't overthrow the Supreme Court. There's nothing you can do about that.
When we overthrow the rest, enough stuff is gonna look. When people don't have money, jobs, or food, like someone said something to me one time when I was working somewhere. They're like, "Oh man, I'll have your job. I'll take a job away from you and make you homeless and starve." And I said, "Oh no, what am I gonna do with all my spare time and anger?" And then I looked. You know what I'm saying? Then they were like,
to jail.
They were like, "I'll leave you alone." I'm like, "Yeah, I think you will." So what do you think people are going to do once they start to lose their homes because they can't afford them? They can't feed their kids and they're watching them starve, and their kids are going to be looking like North African children with the bones. Remember Sally Struthers? Was that Sally Struthers? She was getting hella fat in the video. She was skinny at one. Then you saw it a year later. She's like, "Feed these African children." She got hella fat. The kids were still starving.
You're stupid, bro. I mean, that's how I look at it right here, man. The worst part about this is that we're allowing a person who we know is a racist. Elon Musk is racist. Period. Plain and simple. He's had racism happen at his plants, at his Tesla plants, no problem. The kid who he brought into, I think it might have been the Treasury. They ended up getting rid of him for racial remarks that he made. And he goes on.
Oh, I have those remarks. He said just July 2024. He said, "Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool." September 2024. "You cannot pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity." September 2024. "Normalize Indian hate." December 2024. 99% of Indian HB1s will be replaced by slightly smarter LLMs. They're going back. Don't worry, guys. And then June 2024. "I would not mind at all if Gaza and Israel are both wiped off the face of the earth." And JD Vance came out and he said, "I don't agree with some of the stuff he said, but let him back." And they hired him right back. Yo, this is what we live in. Donald Trump ran off hate. He said, "I hate everybody that ain't a white male." And the white people are like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, and the niggas and the gays need to go too, and the immigrants." And they were like, "All right, yeah."
And they was already with that from the beginning, man. We all know how they're trying to get rid of. I mean, and he's come up with a plan. I didn't think he could come up with a plan to get rid of us. I was like, okay, what's going to be his plan to get rid of us? He got one. And there's actually, I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea that you just had. It ain't a great idea because it's dumb as fuck. You know what I mean? But it's a good idea."
I never felt easy about it anyways, bro. I better cut you off. But I was like, y'all cheering on Joe Biden when I was like 69 people saw what he did and was like, "Let's do it again." You know what I'm saying? I was like, that don't make me comfortable at all. Man. They just sat in the cut and waited. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep you updated. And we're going to keep you here as long as they allow us to until Wes gets sent to Guantanamo and I'm back inside the house cooking. Until then, folks, this is Uncommon Courtesy. We will see you next time.